On a day-to-day basis, we see that the world is encompassed by creators and companies all trying to do something to mark their spot in history. For creators on any platform, they are trying to reach an audience, that audience being what they plan to turn into their profit. As for businesses, we see that they try to make anything that will reach multiple audiences, in which they try to sell a product in which they make a profit from, and as much of a profit as possible. That of it sums up what consumer culture is. We got big companies like Apple and Android going at each other's throats trying to sell what is essentially the same product. A very smart phone that is faster and better looking than the last one, but we can't forget about that camera. That's like the most important part, because like it's all they ever mention in like their videos. Moving forward on this topic, I want to expand on the idea of what other types of consumer culture there is out there. In other words, I'm not targeting big corporations that have products they're trying to sell. No, I'm talking about agencies that sell the viewer something that is a lot more impactful. Information and entertainment. That is the mountain that I am going to take you through. I mean, think about it. Every day we watch the news and we see something said regarding what's going on in the world out there, and there's nothing that us as a viewer can really say about it, because those people that are on the news have been doing it for a lot longer than any other person has. Then there are those news networks that sound like they're trying to spread false and lies and information. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Fox News. Anyways, you get the picture of what I'm trying to say here. Consumer culture does not just apply to the things we see sold on a day-to-day basis. The things about consumers, however, is that they don't always consume the right things. Every day we see examples of consumer culture going in the wrong direction. What I mean by this is that we see a lot of false accounts being shown to people on a day-to-day basis. Most commonly, we see these as scams. A fake business running fake businesses in order to make a profit. These accounts will not only make a fake business, but use famous public figures in order to make themselves seem like they're the real thing. Best example I can think of is ads that pop up on YouTube, with a certain YouTuber's face on it. Mr. Beast. Here, we see an ad posted by a Sabrina Wachter saying that they are giving away free PlayStation gift cards if the consumer is willing to give up their account details, and in cases like these, that would include the password, people lose their accounts, and in the end, it affects their personal life. As a lot of us may already know, Mr. Beast is a well-known creator on YouTube, best known for giving away large sums of that moolah and giving it away to either his subscribers or to charity. He stated how much he doesn't like money and why he tries to get rid of it as soon as he can. Well, I am no beggar, but Mr. Beast, send me that fat stack, please. I need it. I'm just kidding. But if it does happen one day, I would probably either faint or discover a new color for white pants. This is just an example of what we see when consumer culture goes bad anyway. A clever person sees Mr. Beast often post things about him giving away money and end up taking advantages by making a fake giveaway and pull in as many gullible people as they can. We have consumer culture in films as well, and I don't just mean the idea of going to a theater or going to a store in order to spend money on a movie. That in itself is consumer culture. No, I'm talking about the fact that some movies literally have short moments in which a product is shown in order to sort of make its way into that film's universe. My favorite movie to point fingers at in this case is the Transformers franchise, because it is something that I like a lot. I looked up just how many products there were in the Transformers films, and lordy, there were way more than I could ever imagine. And it's not that there isn't a reason to put these products in the film. Big corporations actually pay for the few seconds of screen time they get in the film in the form of millions of dollars. Now, if you ask me then, I could tell you that I think the movies could have been better if the directors didn't focus on the products and instead made the story a whole lot more interesting. Anyways, getting back to the subject at hand, just with this film alone, I'm guessing you get the idea. You are in some instances not buying just a film, but a whole advertisement for a bunch of companies that want you to buy their products only because it was included in the film. Alrighty then, now there is the beautiful side to consumer culture, in this case the Mr. Beast way of doing business. This guy makes it big because while he is always receiving the bigger ends of the profit, he is also giving back to his fans. He is basically setting up a perfect relationship between himself and his fans. Then, there are news networks that spread the daily news. More than likely, they are also giving the viewer perspective of the situation. That is what they are trying to sell, and in the end, the viewers decide whether they are to buy what they are saying. An example of this would be, what's the next most common trend for fashion? Now, if I look up what the next fashion is on Google, let's see here. Oh, I was thinking masks, because, you know, well, whatever, moving on. You get the idea. A TV channel says what's in store for the future of fashion, and big celebrities will be following right in their footsteps to make sure they are with the times. And then there's Lady Gaga. Whether or not you decide to follow in these footsteps, it's all up to the choice of the audience as well. This goes well with whatever topics are trending, in which case the viewers have all the power, and whatever they find interesting will end up being the next big thing, like flashlights. Good job, people of Earth. I am so proud of us. Look how far we have come. At first we were amazed by how we were able to create fire, and now here we are, creating friggin' flashlights brighter than my future. In conclusion, this topic is whack. Consumer culture, like I've stated before, is not just in big companies selling famous clotheslines, but in everything we watch. We just don't see it, because we don't think about it twice. We just watch it, because we do. Consumer culture plays a big role in the economy these days, and it goes to show how impactful it has become. Nowadays, it's interesting to see where the world is headed when it comes to money and consumption. America remains at the top for population who buys the most crap, and a lot of the time we don't end up needing so much of it. I mean, just look at our current situation. How am I supposed to wipe these days? Look at all y'all have done. You done did it now, Americas. Thanks for tuning in on my topic of consumer culture. This next part is just about the channel, so if you're my professor or just not interested in reading the after parts, you don't have to watch this. Thank you and have a nice day. Hello, my beautiful subscribers. I know it's practically been a year since I last uploaded, and I kept saying on my social media that I would upload more constantly, but even though there is COVID and all this other stuff that makes me have more time on my hands, I just haven't really been able to start drawing and like making the scenes for these next things. I do have ideas, I just implementing them is the hard part. So I will try and upload something sooner or later, but just give me hope, guys. Give me hope. I will upload one day. One of these days, I will upload a story. I will make it so interesting that y'all will have to come back again for the next part. Thank you so much. Have a nice day for y'all, my beautiful people.